While counting the cash, the man suddenly handed back an extra stack of US dollars to the Duke because hidden inside that returned bundle was a GPS tracker. The reason he deliberately returned the surplus money was to ensure that stack of bills would be placed back into the billionaire's vault. They knew the other party would inevitably put the extra money back into the vault. That way, all they had to do was trace the signal in reverse to easily pinpoint the exact location of the billionaire's vault. Soon, the signal from the stack of bills indeed began to move. However, strangely, it did not leave the villa. Instead, it traveled deeper underground until it reached a depth of 26 meters, where it suddenly disappeared. According to the coordinates, the final location where the signal vanished was directly beneath the mansion's chapel. The chapel, built in 1825, also served as the Duke family's private mausoleum, where 5 generations of the family ancestors were buried. To help Nick plan their operation, the Duke even arranged a dedicated room for them inside the villa. This allowed Haley to access surveillance feeds from every camera across the entire estate. The good news was that the Duke trusted them enough not to install any cameras or listening devices in their room. The bad news, however, was that the villa had a total of 24 surveillance cameras, covering nearly every area with almost no blind spots. In other words, once they left the room, their movements would be heavily restricted. 2 members of the team decided to go out and scout the environment. They quickly discovered that the cameras were equipped with motion detection systems, only activating recording when someone passed by. This meant that under normal conditions, no one was actively monitoring the feeds. After carefully analyzing the angles and distribution of all the cameras, they found that only the interior of the chapel had no surveillance coverage at all. This discovery further confirmed their suspicion that the vault was likely hidden within the chapel. Haley and Brad then concealed miniature cameras inside buttons and, under Nick's remote guidance, carefully avoided passing servants as they made their way straight into the chapel. After pushing the door open, they found that it looked no different from an ordinary church, with no visible signs of any hidden vaults. The two stood back to back and began scanning the entire interior, transmitting live footage to their teammates. However, from what they could see, there didn't seem to be any additional space. Nick, however, remained convinced that there must be a hidden chamber or underground passage. He instructed Ethan to bring an electronic detector and carefully search for any concealed mechanisms. Sure enough, not long after, they detected an electronic signal coming from a statue. Haley reached out and gently pulled it, and in the next second, a hidden passage inside the chapel slowly revealed itself before their eyes.